What have we left to do, really? Hope Tech over-designed, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a break from all the espionage and just go straight to actually doing some stuff. But, bathroom break first. I don't know why we needed the jump. It's not like I haven't been there before. Oh? Apparently there's an artifact on Dalvik here.
You've arrived. Stroud Eklund Star Yard is here to serve you.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so. Oh, jeez, dock quickly, please. Not sure if I can slow down in time.
Ship is now docked. Perfect. Didn't even smudge the paint.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Yeah, I suppose. You know why.
Captain Howell, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most
I'm Walter Stroud, and on behalf
Not much
of
going
Stroud
on.
Eklund, welcome. In our
Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
revolutionary new starships at prices that are out of this world. You've seen the rest. It's time you try a Stroud Eklund.
I came out of curiosity, but some of these specs, impressive.
These ships are nice, but compared to a Trident?
Are you ready to do some business? A pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the premier star yard in the settled systems. We may be new, but I think you'll see why everyone's talking about us.
What's different about Stroud Eklund ships?
The other star yards have been in business so long that they're set in their ways. Take Deimos. They've been making spaceships since my grandfather's grandfather's days. So we looked at every facet of these elderly corporations for opportunities to revolutionize and innovate. If you don't believe me, see for yourself.
Your Star-Lord looks very impressive. Your Star Yard looks very impressive.
Thank you. So, what sort of ship are you looking for?
Are the ships here really better than any other Star Yards?
In my opinion, yes. Trident and Tayo both value style over substance in their own way. Deimos is positively ancient, very set in their ways. And Hope Tech? Well, you don't look like you want a space barge.
What about Nova Galactic? No one ever talks about them. Ooh, I'm interested in any delivery jobs you might have.
So, what we need is argon.
Of course
The
it
request
is.
is for a large quantity, 5,000 units of it.
I'll get you what you need.
Excellent. This invoice has the details.
Oh, I do have some argon.
Let me see your manifest. We'll unload that from your ship right now.
Cool. Suppose I'll have more
business
later.
is switching to Stroud Eklund. It just makes sense.
Oh, I guess let me wear the suit for this one occasion here, since we're in a executive environment.
Avershaw can help you if you need anything.
Hey, I think Jules wanted to talk to you first.
Hi, maybe you should talk with Jules first? Hi there. Hello.
Have you been leading the R&D team for long?
It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud Eklund. I recently
Lord.
graduated with a master's degree in engineering management. I'm actually kind of surprised they hired me, but I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
So you're the project lead. What does that mean?
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
Well, I'm here to speak to you about this new spaceship project.
You must be Walter's colleague. He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job.
Drop the passive aggression or Walter will find out.
Yes, of course. I'm sure Walter had a great reason for choosing you. Let's get to it then.
Wow. Was not expecting that.
As you probably know, we're tasked with coming up with Stroud Eklund's next hit starship. But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues. Have at it.
What's so hard about choosing what kind of ship to build?
There are a lot of factors to consider. Who is our market and what do they want in a ship? Which components are we putting into it? How fast should it go? How much cargo capacity should it have? What color should it be? We need to decide every little detail.
Right. Can you tell me a little bit about the team?
Sure. I'm Jules, R&D project lead. Was the one making all the big decisions. I suppose I just coordinate now. You already heard from Frank. He's lead designer on the project, focused on the look and feel of the ships. There's Ella, another senior designer. She focuses on some of the more technical designs of ships. Went to school with Frank. Mike is our senior engineer, responsible for consulting on all the technical bits, the machinery, the computer systems, etc. And then there's Nev. She's here for marketing. It's her job to weigh in and sell this thing to consumers.
I think I understand. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So, before we can do anything, we need to resolve the budget issue. We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money. So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with?
What's wrong with the kitchen sink? Wouldn't everyone get what they wanted?
While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical, and the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction. And they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs? And would something that expensive actually sell?
Good point. What kind of cuts would we have to make for the sensible design budget?
It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants. That's one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
Why can't you just use the original budget you were given?
I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount. I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you.
Don't fall asleep on me now, Jesus. So I'm trying to think. The kitchen sink, I get what she's saying. But motherfucker, I'm the one building this ship, am I not? So, I make the decisions here. A smaller budget will help us focus the design, that's true. But it also means that we're going to be cutting corners in a couple of places, which sucks. Sure, yes, a larger budget might be more expensive. I don't know. Let's go with the smaller budget. Help us focus the design. Stick with your sensible budget proposal.
That sounds good to me, but remember, this ship will have fewer bells and whistles. we're not going to be able to include everything we want. Frank's luxury design has the most expensive components, and we've been having trouble convincing him to move away from that idea so we could stay within the budget. We need his help. Do you think you can get him to budge?
I am right here, you know?
Yes, now, let's talk about what we can cut from your design, Frank. Why do I have to convince you? Isn't Jules the project leader?
Yes, but I am the lead designer on the project. All design proposals need to go through me. How can I be expected to approve something I fundamentally disagree with?
Yes, now, let's talk about that.
I already gave my answer to Jules. We cut nothing.
I have to fucking buy him out? How about a few credits? That change anything?
I think we can work something out.
Please, Frank, listen to reason.
I'm listening. I just don't think your reasons are very compelling.
Alright, come on, asshole. If you're willing to compromise, then others may be as well, and you may get some of what you want.
Fair point. Maybe it won't be exactly what I want, but close enough. Fine. I see what you're saying. Perhaps we tone down the luxury aspects a bit. Does it really need so much gold trim? Probably not.
For what it is
Yeah,
worth,
no.
I believe that is the correct approach. Luxury should not be the goal here. Also, Frank annoys me.
Great. That's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
I still can't get over it. Andre's, yes, I think that was the correct approach. Also, fuck you, Frank. Like, goddamn, bitch. Relax. Why me? Aren't there better ways of gathering that kind of data?
Well, Mr. Stroud believes you fit in our target demographic. We heard about some of your adventures, and we tend to agree that getting data from someone like you will be helpful. Frankly, most of our test pilots played a little too safe, and the scenarios we run don't push the limits as much as we can get away with legally. But luckily, we don't have those same concerns with you, because you're not technically employed by us, and Walter trusts you.
Sure, sounds good. Just tell me what I need to do.
Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would. We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
Okay. Frank?
You know, I have designed spacecraft for over 10 years. So, you must have really impressed Walter for him to give you this project. Or maybe it's a bit of nepotism. Never mind that. Perhaps he sees in you what he sees in me.
Well, what do you expect? The Eklund family is loaded. Then you throw in Walter Stroud?
And what do you think Walter sees in you? Us.
My hope is that he sees the passion in our work. In truth, I know he values me, but he has yet to truly cut me loose from the corporate reins and let me do as I wish. But I understand Walter has given you much greater control of our project. Perhaps I can learn from you and convince him I'm ready for the same.
Can you tell me about yourself?
As a designer, I see the beauty in our craft and deliver that to the consumer. My desire is to make flying in our ships a joy to all the senses. I have won awards. I am proud of my work. But I do not like to brag. Rather, my goal is to change the board's perception of employees like myself from mere cogs in the corporate machine to value us as artists and let us do as we please.
Jules asked me to give some feedback on your ship design proposal. Let's hear it.
Ah, yes. At least you may be more open to my ideas than my colleagues. Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine a luxury craft designed for the most discerning of tastes. Every feature designed for comfort and peace of mind. High-end performance, precision engineering, a spacecraft for those who wish to be seen. This will be the most elite personal craft on the market.
And how would we design a ship like that?
The ship should be mid-size, spacious but not bulky. We'll want to build it with the highest quality, most expensive modules available. It should feel safe, but not threatening. Focus on defensive measures, not aggressive weaponry. Above all, you should be able to picture your favorite celebrity, or Walter himself, flying this ship and influencing others to buy as well.
You're onto something, but I think you need to define your pitch a little bit better.
I think I understand what you mean. It is not enough to say it's a high-end luxury ship. Who is flying this ship? Where do they go? What is their story? And why do they crave such attention? Oh, thank you. I will think on this and improve on my proposal.
What was that about wanting to sell the ship to celebrities? Why is that so important?
2 words. Conspicuous consumption. Are you familiar with this concept?
Yes, I think I see what you're getting at.
Of course you do. I'm glad you understand. Imagine someone like Borealis stepping out of one of our shining luxury ships. Everyone would want to look that cool. Not only would I have the chance to work on a dream ship, but that kind of exposure is guaranteed to sell it.
What's going on, Frank? Why are you so defensive about your design?
Because I am the lead designer on the project. It is literally my job to design it. It is frustrating because I keep getting pushback. And Jules has this idea that we will make a better product by designing it all together. Since everyone has equal say, it led us to a standstill. It was much easier before.
And why work here if you seem so unhappy with the way things are?
Just because I do not like how corporate we have become doesn't mean I don't like getting paid. Besides, with every successful ship I design, I believe I can influence the company to shift away from typical corporate bullshit and back to taking risks by pursuing art and innovation. Then again, here we are.
Right.
Yeah, see you.
That data from the
kind of
ship is
annoying.
going to be critical to our design process, assuming you can handle the missions.
Yeah, I can handle the missions, bitch. The fuck you mean? Ella?
So, you're Walter's friend. I know he chose you to head this project as some sort of favor. Honestly, as senior technical designer, I was hoping to receive that honor, but there's always next time. Regardless, I'm excited to help you out. Do you have any experience building spaceships?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I've done a little work on starships. That's not true. I've designed every ship that I make.
Good. We were worried you knew nothing, and this would be a complete disaster. As long as you are willing to listen to us, we may still avoid that outcome. Now, I know you've been asked to give feedback on our design proposals. Would you care for a brief synopsis of mine?
Yeah, sure. Well, can you tell me about yourself first?
I'm the most senior designer on this project, for one. Despite all the acclaim he gets, I actually referred Frank to his current design position. He and I were in the same design program when we went to get our degrees back in uni. We support each other as friends as much as possible. Even when we disagree. I love my job here. But I dream one day of working for a small startup or running my own design firm so I can work on custom ships instead of mass-produced products.
I like her. Tell me what sort of ship you have in mind.
Of course. But first, let me ask you this. What pilot demographic is currently being underserved by the current starship market?
Pirates. Explorers.
Yes. Finally, a kindred spirit operating on my own wavelength. You see, While many ships will operate to that end, few ships are designed with exploration as their primary goal. It is my belief that if we build a ship with that in mind, Stroud Eklund will dominate that market sector. It's my hope that we can jumpstart a new era of affordable, accessible space exploration fueled by ordinary people like you and me.
And how would I design a ship like that?
I'd start with a small ship profile. It won't need much storage or passenger capacity. Then, of course, you would want an advanced grav drive to reach deep space and plenty of energy for extended flights. In order to keep costs down, it likely doesn't need expensive weapon systems or defensive measures. It won't need those where it's going. And of course, high-end scanners and other scientific equipment is a must.
It's not a bad concept, but that seems like it'd be a very niche product.
Yeah, that's what Jules said too. But at least that gives me something to think about. Thanks. I'll refine the idea and propose it next time, I guess.
What do you think of the company?
Why do I feel like answering this could be a trap coming from someone who was sent here by Walter to step in and take over our project? It's not like I have anything to hide. I used to think working for a super wealthy corporation would be terrible, but honestly, it's pretty great. They've been good to me, and the stability is way better than any startup. I've had opportunities I wouldn't have anywhere else, so yeah, pretty great.
What does your job here entail?
Well, as a senior designer, I'm trusted to work on some pretty important features on these ships. Most of my work is on the technical features, designing them to be more user-friendly. Computer systems like navigation, targeting, you name it. It may not be as glamorous as what Frank does, but without me, these ships would be almost impossible for the average consumer to actually use. See you around, I guess.
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here.
Has that been a problem?
Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially. She's new at being a project lead and has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it.
Well, I'm glad to be of service then.
Good. Just so long as you don't push us to make anything too nutty. I think your decisiveness will put us back on the right track. Speaking of which, I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
Wow, you're really selling it with that unenthusiastic pitch. Okay, but first, what can you tell me about your role here?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk? I'm an engineer, mate. It means I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
Sounds like this project is hard on the engineers. Why is that?
Oh, let me tell you. All the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers. Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around.
Alright, sounds like a win for your team. Go on.
It's truth, and we need it. The others believe we need to think big and innovate. Reality is, we just need to do what we do better than anyone else. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What I figure is, The cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it.
Seems simple enough. Any other design considerations?
Our objective should be to build a huge ship with plenty of cargo room while keeping the costs low. Doesn't need fancy equipment, just the basics. Basic weapons, basic defenses, basic scanners. You get the idea. If we go with a design like that, I can focus on quality construction, and the ship will practically sell itself.
With all the proposals we've got, that's certainly one of them.
Sure. Don't take the advice of someone who's been doing this since all these jokers were in nappies. Thanks, I guess.
What do you think of Stroud Eklund?
I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company's still kind of young as far as Star Yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction. Despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other Star Yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made.
You don't like being involved in research and development?
Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, and not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am.
So you're kind of the lead engineer here.
Yeah, that's me, innit? Been here since the start of the company. Done engineering for going on 30 years total. Though I keep telling them, it's senior, not lead engineer. I've got no interest in being lead. Too much management. Not enough tactile work. And yet here I am. Resigned to my fate on the R&D team. Hope we didn't scare you off, huh?
All right, Nev Papadopoulos.
Hi. Need something?
You're the marketing person? You seem a little on edge. Something wrong?
Oh, no. Well, it's just... I'm a little new here, and everyone's got these big, flashy designs. And I'm supposed to come up with one too, but like, I don't know if it's as good or like, good at all, even.
Watch, she's gonna have the best one. I'm sure it's just as good as the other ones, if not better.
Thank you for saying that, but, like, really? I don't know. Whatever. Here goes. So, I was thinking that we could really use a recreational craft in our fleet. But not like super luxurious like our Adonis pleasure yacht, something marketed more towards families. Something Mom and Dad could pack up and take the kids on vacation. You probably think that's stupid, right?
You really think that kind of ship is in demand?
I used to go off-world camping with my family when I was a kid. The other families we met always complained their ships weren't quite adequate for family vacations. They never had enough room, and the kids would always fight. I've done some market research, and like, no ship manufacturer seems to be making ships for things like this. Which means even if the demand is low, we can fill this niche and still sell a lot.
What would it take to design a ship like that?
I haven't thought of all the details, but I'd imagine lots of passenger space would be a top priority. A mid-sized ship with enough room for one, or maybe even 2 or 3 families to spread out and relax. I don't think it'd need any fancy weapons or scientific equipment, so it should be pretty affordable. Families don't want to spend a fortune, so keeping the cost low will help guarantee plenty of sales.
Honestly, I like this idea. I knew she was going to have the best one, because she didn't seem sure of herself. Frank wants a stupid luxury craft. They've already got luxury crafts. She wants, the other one wants an explorer's vessel, which is also a good idea. Because explorers are a dying breed, but I've also met, like, maybe 2 explorers in my time of playing this. And then the other person wanted a cargo ship, and it's like, dude, Hope Tech has cargo ships on lock. You cannot compete with Hope Tech, right? Nobody really cares to have a luxury cargo ship, aside from the one I have parked outside, which is a Stroud Eklund ship, mind you. It's very nice, but I think a recreational vehicle seems like a great idea. It's unique and fun.
Oh, really? Wow, I am... Thank you. I'm really glad I told you about it. Well, if we end up making it, I swear I'll work up a hell of an ad campaign for it.
You like working here?
So far I do. But, just between you and me, I feel like I'm in a little over my head. I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. But my bosses really seem to like my work, so I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm doing something right. I still feel weird pitching ideas to people who have been at this for so much longer than I have.
So, what's it like to do marketing for a ship manufacturer like this?
It's interesting. I'm new, and I've never done anything like this before coming here. Marketing for ships, specifically, that is. There are so many things to think of for different demographics, like style, features, cost, and all that. And you also need to think about offensive and defensive capabilities, because space is dangerous, and people need to feel like the ship they're buying is safe.
You mentioned you were new. What did you do before this?
Yeah, I've only been here for a few months. I did a little marketing for Chunks before this, but it was really more of an internship. Ships are, like, totally different than that. I applied for the job here on a whim because I thought it'd be fun. I never expected to be hired.
Yeah.
Take care, okay?
Alright, so they want us to go complete a passenger mission, complete a bounty mission. Optional, give feedback on the team's proposals. Yeah, let's do that.
This is going great. Well, we're making progress now, I guess.
I can give you some feedback on your design proposal if you'd like.
Oh, yes, I actually do have a proposal. I wasn't really expecting you to give me feedback, but why not, I guess. I'd like to see us branch out a bit more in the starfighter market. Bounty hunting and mercenary work are both big these days, especially among the hard-blooded Freestars.
Is there a lot of demand for starfighters in the consumer market?
I'm glad you brought that up. No, and yes, there's a lot of work out there that requires a capable fighting ship. But the real success comes from UC military contracts, which we would hope to attract by building a higher-end version of this ship platform for them.
I don't think the UC's ever gonna break off of, Deimos. They're too attached to Deimos. It's like America with Colt. How they were too attached to the M16 platform. Or the M4 platform, really. But now I guess we're branching off into Sig Sauer territory. So I guess it can happen. A dynasty can be overthrown. It's just interesting. So how would we go about designing a starfighter like that?
We'd want to give it strong weapons, tough defenses, plus good speed and maneuverability. Most starfighters are fairly small, and the tricky part is keeping costs down with all those fancy modules.
Maybe you should work on the pitch. I'm not so sure a consumer starfighter is the way to go.
You could be right. There's got to be a better way to pitch the idea. I'll give it some more thought. Thanks. We'll talk later then.
Stroud Eklund may be new, but it has allowed us to learn. Well, I think you'll find we have some tempting options for you.
Oh, I've got some argon, I guess.
Your manifest. It doesn't appear you have anything.
Oh. Whoops.
If you need anything, just ask. We got something for everyone.
Good Lord, what is that? What the fuck is that? That's a Stroud Eklund ship? That's a fucking Lego piece. Although very interesting. It looks like that thruster thing there, that might be the only piece that can actually go underneath that cockpit. Because I remember trying to find something that would actually fit under there, and I just fucking couldn't, and I gave up. So that is kind of interesting. Privateer 2, the Narcissus 2. Interesting. Interesting design. The Conqueror. Jesus. So Deimos just makes big fat ships. Or sorry, Stroud just makes big fat ships. And the Werewolf. I do love the red stripe. I love the red stripe, but man oh man, do I hate everything else about these designs. And it's a shame too, because I think they have some of the best pieces to work with. Okay, well now that I know what I'm working with, I can safely say that some of those Deimos pieces are the ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen. But, complete a passenger mission and complete a bounty mission. So, I guess... I don't even think I have any passenger missions.
Throw in Walter Stroud.
Still to go from literally nothing to ships that...
Mission board. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. Transport traders to Montara Luna. Standard passenger run, payment on delivery. Delivery time 5 days. Okay, I can do that. Accept the mission.
Give Tayo a run for its money?
Have you seen the specs on the Adonis?
I'd rather be in the ship.
Captain Howell, greetings.
Greetings. I do need to check real quick skill points. I've got some skill points to spend, and by some I mean 1. I can boost my negotiation. What does that do? Reduces the costs. Okay. Build cargo links on several different planets, and that'll give me additional things can be placed, yeah. I need to spend 1 more skill point to get to ship command. How much more do I need in piloting? I need to destroy 10 more ships. That sucks. That well and truly sucks. Well, I don't have theft yet, so we're gonna unlock that. Because I think that'll probably come in handy at some point. Let's hop back on the crystal ship. It's being filled.
Any adventure you can fly away from. Is that how the saying goes?
Man, the lighting on her face there and the way she was moving, that looked very real for a second. That's the thing, right? The lighting can be really good in this game sometimes, but it really is sometimes. Like, otherwise it's just bad.
Yo, man, can always use a laugh.
Sorry. I was lost in the memory.
Who can jump higher than a skyscraper?
So where's our passengers at, eh? Do I have to, like, pick them up? Like, where are they? Where are they hanging out? They're not over here where they should be hanging out. So that's mildly concerning.
Curse the speed of
They
light.
down here?
I hate not being able to communicate with the people I care about. I hope that the rest of my family is okay. I wish I could send them a message.
Alright, yeah, they're just hanging out in the bedroom. Barrett, please. Barrett, please. Please, Barrett, please, move. So I guess we will try to see what other bounty mission we can do too. Because the problem with that is that this vehicle, one, not made for speed. Like, at all. So that kind of creates a bit of an issue. You need to go to Montera Luna? That's not very far.
I appreciate the desire for independence, but these people are quite vulnerable.
Yep. Blumix. I guess we could go do a bounty mission. I've got a couple.
Hello, Captain.
Not really sure our ship is equipped well to deal with them. I got Crimson Fleet Phantom. Got an Ecliptic Operator on Kamasi. And that's the level 25 area. And I would have to do several weird jumps just to get there. Yeah, I'd have to go to a couple places first. Oh, hello. That's not horrifying or anything. Interesting place. Radioactive water. That's a great sign. Interesting. Radioactive water, yet there is no radioactive materials on the planet. Very odd. Wow, Murfit is full of stuff. Alright, so from here we have to go to what? Denabola? Where's that?